Guys, and it's good to see you guys. I'm still got a little bit of a learning curve going on with my new browser I'm using, but it's good to see you guys. Hope you're having a good day. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Looks like we got a couple of people in here. Oh my gosh, you know what? Hang on a second. There's something I definitely got to take care of right here because I don't see it in here, and I have to take care of this. If I don't, there's certain people that are just not going to enjoy me very much. Let me see if I can find it. I swear, man, I stay too busy, guys. I cannot get enough time in a day. I really can't. Where is, oh my gosh, have I lost that video? I better not have. I'll be upset if I've lost it. I know I haven't. I know it's here somewhere. There's that one, but there's another one that I'm looking for and I can't find. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Vince, you're going to shoot me. I can't find your video. What the hell is wrong with me? Let me see. I know it's here. I just have to find it. Hang on. You guys bear with me. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Aha! Thank God I found it. Good Lord. Here you go, Vince. I haven't forgotten about you.
Womack. Why am I not surprised, you piece of shit?
Apparently, I hadn't taken the time to add that to this particular show. So it's good to see you. Vince is the first one in. He's putting up all the damn links. And I'm sure he's saying cheerio to everybody. Let me see. Yeah, there he is. There it is. Heidi ho, all you nerd and nerdettes out there. It's good to see you. Let's see who else is here. Oh yeah, our good friend Juliet is here. Good evening. It's good to see you from across the pond. Let's see who else is in here. Real Wade Nation is here. He says hi all. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. And of course, he utters those three little letters that we love so much on this channel. And I don't even, you know what? I don't have that video in here either. but we're gonna have to find it, aren't we? And we're gonna have to upload that. Might as well, might as well make this a production day. We might as well make this a production day. Let's go ahead and find that one real quick and put it in here. Let's see. Where is that particular video? It should be inside this one right here, and there it is. And when you say the three little words, you have to play the video.
Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
That's right. He said it several times up here. He says LFG several times, but you only get it once. Quit spamming, Wade. Stop that. My wife is here. Hail chat, watching from work. She's lurking while working, as we like to say on YouTube. Let's see. Vince says, you have to, or the devil finds work for idle hands, Joe. Yeah, absolutely. I know. It's crazy. Das Wolfen is here. He said, calm down, Wade. You are going to give yourself an aneurysm. Yeah, no doubt, right? He's going to give himself a bleed in the place he doesn't want to do. Let's see. We got somebody over here on Kick. Janet 88 or 68. Good to see you. Says, hi, I'd love to join your live stream whenever you're streaming. Kindly add me on Discord. And there's her number. I don't know who you are, young lady, so I'm going to have to pass. Let's see. We had a power outage yesterday and may have messed up things on your computer. Yeah, it may have. But no, this is just, I only do this show once a week, and I haven't, this is the first time I've done this show since I went to the new browser. So I haven't uploaded the videos and stuff yet, but I'll just take the time and do it now. I have to mute these videos. I am at work. Oh, sorry, bro. Sorry about that. Let's see. Vince says, if I send you some clips for Ass Effect, can you add them without watching them? First of all, I wouldn't add them without watching them. Okay. I'm not going to do that. I can tell you that right now. I'm not ever going to add anything to my show without first approving it for my show. So I'm not quite sure what you're looking for there, Vince. But if you want to send me some videos that you'd like me to play as clips, that's great. But I'm going to look at them first. I mean, come on, man. I've got to do that, right? If I'm going to protect myself, I have to at least do that. Okay, let's fire up the Twitch stream. What we're going to do today, guys, I was kind of hoping to upload this Zero issue to Kindle today, but I didn't know that you had, well, first of all, I set up a business account on Kindle so I could, because I really need to do that correctly. And it's 24 to 48 hours before they approve it. So it will be up sometime this weekend. I will pay attention to the community. By the way, I've turned the community on. You guys can communicate with me anytime you want. You can post in there. I don't know if it's just the mobile version or what, but you can actually, oh, how do you say that? You can actually, oh, I've lost my train of thought. Sorry, guys. I've got too much going on here. I apparently screwed up, and I'm going out live on Twitch right now, and I need Twitch to show you guys the work I'm doing. So let me go ahead and cancel that real quick. Hang on. I don't know if I can do that from here or not. Let me see. I'm not sure. I may not be able to from here. Well, that sucks. Got to be able to do it from Twitch, though, right? I should be able to kill it on Twitch. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Dashboard, live streaming. Oh, wow. Okay. Man, what a screw up today, huh? I am just messing it up all over the place. I should be able to kill the stream somehow. Well, shoot. You know what? Let me see if I can kill it here. Stream games. Here we go. Hang on a second. I might just be able to overlap it. Yeah, there we go. Bum, 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 bum. Let's just hit raw feed. Please, Lord, let this work for me. Start broadcast. Let's see what happens. It should overlap it, hopefully. Let's cross our fingers and hope. I don't know. Let's see. Screen Twitch has stopped due to... Okay. Yep. I have screwed it up to where I can't even show you guys what I'm doing today. How great is that? I have screwed this thing up. There's got to be a way to kill this. I know there is. There's got to be a way. It says edit layout. Good gosh, man. Check me out. I have totally blown this. Well, okay. So I've got some other things I can show you guys. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to close the iPad, not even worry about this. But I do have the actual stuff that I wanted to put up here. And we need to put some music on in the background, don't we? Hang on. I will get to that next. Let's see. YouTube. I'm just screwing it up. Yeah. The iPad. What I did was I screwed up. Look. My muscle memory just took over and I clicked every box on the parts of the show I was putting out. And so you're getting this on Twitch today instead of my iPad. I blew it. What can I say, man? I'm too fucking busy these days. I just cannot keep from screwing something up because I've got too much on my mind, too much going on. It's a daily thing now. And it's just, yeah. But I will survive. I swear to you, I will survive. All of us will survive this. Really, we will. So anyway, let me get the music going because I know you guys want to hear some sharking for pearls in the background here. That's for sure. We got to get that going for sure. Let's see. Yeah, we'll hit play on that. Crank that down about here. We should be good. Put it on shuffle. And we'll pull that over here out of the way. And then we'll share the screen. Enter. Okay. Share the sound and boom. Since I'm by myself, I can pull this off because there won't be any echo. But anyway, not familiar with my new setup. It's called, used to be called Melon. It is now called Talk Studio. It's the same one that 70s Rock Fan uses. But anyway, let me get something up here so you guys can see it real quick. Hang on. Okay, so what we've done is this. We have, let me get, I think I put them in here. Yeah. Okay. So you guys know I've been inking pages. And if you look behind me, I'm hoping you can hear the music all right. Let me know if you can hear the music. Trust me, bro. He's talking about the clips he's talking about sending me. I don't trust anybody when it comes to that, buddy. Before I put something on the screen, I'm definitely gonna watch it. Let's see. Let's see. Is Ruben in here? I saw Das Wolfen. I didn't see Ruben. Where is Ruben at? Huh. Where is Ruben at? Is he over on Rumble? Is that where he's at? Oh, no, there he is on the iPad. Yeah, I usually share this on the iPad, but I don't know. Yeah, see, I don't think I can go in there and turn off one of the, I can't. Hang on, let me see. Maybe it's under settings. No. Once you've got it set, you just can't change it. So I'm screwed. I can't show you the iPad today, but that's okay. We'll fix it for next week. But this is what I've chosen for the zero issue. Now, if you guys do not know what a zero issue is, a zero issue is basically, it's a tease. I'm going to put it out on Kindle. I think I'm going to put it up on DeviantArt. I'm going to put it up on my Substack. These are places where you don't have to pay to see my stuff. Okay, this is what this is going to be. It's going to be a tease, kind of. Okay, and what you're doing when you're putting out a zero issue is it's basically for collectors, really. And I don't have the money to print this, so it's just going to go out digitally for you guys to check out. I really, I'll pull up my Kindle here in a minute and show you one that I grabbed the other day. A lot of people put these things out. But anyway, this is what I decided to go with on the cover. It's just the portrait of the privateer. And I went ahead and kept the blue on the hat and everything. I want it to look like it's unfinished, if you understand what I'm saying. Because the other pages you're going to get, they're the ones you've seen me working on in detail, right? Let me go to the first one. Okay, you remember you've got the one with the, that's the first page of the book, and then you got the second splash page where they're attacking the boat, right? And then you've got the third page where you've got the what Vince calls the Chinese torpedo, because the special effect is chink. Let me see if I can zoom in on this thing. Yeah, I think I can. There we go. The chink torpedo, right? That's what he calls it. He calls it the Chinese torpedo. But anyway, you got this page, right? With what's going on there. Just the forming of the battle. And then you've got, let's see, let's go to the next one. Then you got the torpedo slamming into the side of it, right? The guy's running for cover and the girl getting knocked off her feet. And then you've got the one that I've been working on recently. Now, what I did this week on Gary's show, I worked on the Huey helicopter. I've been working on what he looks like. But if you look up here, of course, I did the time saver again. I just copied and pasted the damn helicopter from the first page, of course, right? And then I came in right here and I did the details on the helicopter. That was all on Wednesday. I did this, and what you're seeing, these bubbles and everything around it, is the folding of space. It's kind of like how they teleport. They're folding space between two places, and that's how they're going to get from point A to point B. Okay, and he's jumping out of the helicopter at that point. I don't know why that keeps doing that, but we're going to just reduce that back down to the size it's supposed to be. But anyway, those are the pages that are going to be involved in it, and I'm going to what I wanted to do today for you guys was show you the fine-tuning of this cover, but I have screwed up and I'm broadcasting the wrong thing on Twitch. I wish I could kill it, but I can't. But anyway, these are the things that are going to be involved in the zero issue. And once I've got the money to go ahead and publish this stuff, then I'll put it in the form of a comic book that you can, collect. But right now, it's just, I've just got to put it out there so you guys can see what it looks like. Anyway, you notice there's no lettering, there's no color on them, and I've colored some of this stuff, but I'm turning the color off on them. It's just 5 black and white pages to give you an idea of what the book is going to look like and what it's going to entail. And anyway, I'm going to put it up on Kindle. Now, let's pull this back down here. Actually, let's do that. Hang on. Let's do that right there. Let me know if the music is still going behind me. No Rivers homepage on Amazon yet. No, I just set it up this morning, and I haven't heard back from them yet. Apparently, there's a 24 to 48 hour vetting process they put you through or something. I don't know exactly what it is. He says yes on the sound. Thank you very much, brother. So let me see if I can show you one of these that's already up on Kindle. Let's see, Amazon Kindle. There's one that I downloaded with Holly Berry in the comic book. Let's see, am I signed in? No, I'm not. Okay, sign in. That's going to be that. Let's see. Making sure it's you. Please sign in Amazon account. Shut up, stupid thing. Okay. We sent a code to your phone. All right. Rhonda, text me the phone. Or text me the code real quick. Let me see. Hang on, I may have it here. Okay, sign in is approved. All right, cool, good deal. It's actually, I had another way to verify it, but anyway, once we get into the Kindle portion here, it's verifying my response. Sorry guys, I have to wait. Unleash the warrior within, Vince Womack says. Yes, dude, I'm having fun with this thing. I really am. We could go to the Subscribe Star page and I could show you some of that. Come on, just load up already. Oh, you know, everything's going wrong for me today. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go down here to some of the artwork from this, and we'll show you exactly what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the process I'm using. Get down here to the first batch here. Actually, if you've read the script, you can tell what's going on each page. In fact, here we go. Pull it down. I think I have it right there. Okay, so, did it sign in yet? Yeah, it did. Okay, cool. Now, I'm trying to. We're signed into it, but Amazon Haul, maybe that's it. No, that's not it. Where's Kindle? See, Amazon is not very user-friendly at all. There's Kindle. Oh, it says Haul. What the hell, man? Where do I look at my library? Kindle books. Here we go. Boom. Really? Here's a bunch of bullshit that I don't want to look at. Categories, new, trending, deals and rewards, membership, communities, more. Your books. Okay. God almighty. Library. Here we go. Okay. So here's my Kindle library, right? Let me go ahead and switch this around. Okay, so we've got my Kindle library right here, right? And you're going to see some recovery stuff in here and stuff like that. But a couple of them that I download, well, you see This right here is Das Wolfen's book right here. Let's see. Final, go away. This is where you're going to be able to find it. But this is one of the ones that I downloaded. It's a sample book. It's called Female Force, and it's Holly Berry. I was kind of curious what this was, you know. But this is how you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to scroll up and look at it on Kindle, right? And they put these things up for free. Looks like, I think this is when she was getting a Razzie. It's kind of blurry. I really can't read it that well, but the artist did pretty good. He did pretty good on it. That obviously is a split page, as you can see how it's cut off on this side, and then it continues on the next one here. So let's see. Or that Female Force Holly Berry. Yeah, exactly. That's the one I was going to show you. But yeah, they just show you a few. It's just a sample, right? And then it says buy the Kindle edition to continue reading the full book, or go to the store to see all purchasing options, right? So that's all this is a tease, okay? That's all it is. Notice that this one does have some writing in it, who made the book and everything, but a lot of it doesn't have any script at all to it, right? So that's the kind of thing you're going to find of this, all right? Let's take a look. Yeah, there's a sample of John's book here too. Pretty cool, hey? But I already bought the book. I've got my hardcover of it. But anyway, that's where you're going to be able to find this. I'm also going to put it on my Substack, which I'm not going to sign into that right now. But over here on Subscribestar, I want to show you this. This is the actual script, and this is what I did these pages off of. Let me get this opened up real quick so you guys can see it. We'll go ahead and make it small over here, and we'll just go ahead and yeah, here we go. Okay, so that's going to be the cover of it. Let me shrink this down a little bit. All right, so that's the cover that I decided to go with. And of course, it's going to have some writing on it, you know, that kind of thing. But that's the logo. This logo, guys, the Star Child, as I like to call it. Hang on, I'll show you. That thing right there, that's been my logo since the 90s. I've had that for a long time. If you look over my head, it's right there in the corner of the picture, see? Yeah. Anyway, I did that for business cards years ago. And it's inspired by the opening of a James Bond movie. I think it may be from my favorite one, which is Pierce Brosnan's Tomorrow Never Dies. It may be at the beginning of that one. But what it had a girl. You could see a sun rising on one side of her, and it had diamonds floating around her neck like a necklace. Well, I decided to make it the face of the clock going around her neck. Anyway, so we're going to have that for the cover. That way it looks unfinished, right? I put the sketch underneath it and everything, and then I'll have some writing on it. Now the pages, the first page, you got the Coast Guard cutter 5 miles off of Miami, surface to air radar spots 2 fast-moving targets, heading west, approaching the 12-mile limit. Captain orders intercept course and general quarters, and lookout excitedly announces a helicopter on close approach. And that's what those frames are for. And then the next page, page 2, is a splash page, view from command deck of the cutter of a Hind helicopter retrofitted with stealth tech strafing the deck. The captain orders battle stations, title opening salvo, and credits. So you see there's a lot of open area on that page. That's where the title's going to go right in, right around his fist right here. Opening salvo is the name of it. And then, you know, the credits are going to go in here, which it's not many credits. It's just created by Joe Rivers. That's about all there is, because I'm doing all of it. So that's why it's taking so long. But anyway, that's the second page. Third page, Captain immediately orders a mayday as he knows they are outgunned. Helicopter drops the torpedo and the infamous Chinese torpedo, the Chink torpedo. Let's see. Strafes the cutter again as the crew return fire. Nearby helicopter pilot says they've called the Mayday, Admiral, and the pilot announces the attack can be seen through their windshield. Split panel, gritted teeth, ordering turn that up, talking about the radio transmission. Now, one thing about this particular page, let me go full screen with this. They're seeing this on their screen. When I color this, though, I'm probably going to take those black inked lines and turn them like blue or green, something in that area, because they're not there. They're just viewing. What they're viewing is they've got a target for where they want to fold space and show up at, right? That's what they're seeing on the screen, is what's there. So that's all going to change. I mean, nothing's going to change in it. The only thing that's going to change in it, I'm probably going to, you see the waves here, I'm probably going to put that all the way through there, like this is transparent, and it's actually being digitally broadcast on the windshield for them all to see, right? That's what that's going to look like when it's completely finished. But I drew it to begin with in black ink just so I could see what it looked like, right? So that's what we're going to do. Let's see, talking in the chat here. Vince says, and another link added to your extension list. Yeah, right? Whenever, yeah, the Substack is where we're going to put it, probably as soon as possible. Cazalaire over on Kick, good to see you. He says, or I. Maybe he's saying I. What? No pearl necklace? Vince says. Stop it, man. We know what that means. Anyway, that's what's going on here in this panel, okay? And then on the fourth page, you've got the front of the cutter explodes. Crew knocked off their feet. Radio broadcast. Mayday. Coast Guard cutter. It says research names. I need to go in there and change it. It's actually called the Dolphin. I'm sure my wife will love that because she's a huge Miami Dolphins fan. But I was looking for a Coast Guard cutter based in Miami, which is where this takes place. It takes place off of Florida, okay? South Florida, which is where Miami's at. You know, the northern part of the state's like Orlando, and Tampa's on the west side of the state. I was looking for someplace southeast, right, towards the ocean. And that's why I picked Miami, and I looked it up, and sure enough, it's the Dolphin. That's the name of it. And actually, if we go back to that first page and you look at the number that I came up with, that is the number of the Dolphin right there. So, yeah, that's going to be the name of the ship. And let me reset this real quick. Okay, so this is the fourth page. Dolphin hull breached and going down under air attack by a heavily armed helicopter of unknown origin. One sailor struggles to get up as the rest flee. The helicopter's next pass, final panel, privateer's scowling eye, an eye patch, and he orders, bring us in low over the sailor on the main deck. And then you've got the first time you actually see the privateer in all his glory. On this one, it's a splash page. From the view of the female deckhand, floored by the explosion, the privateer leaps towards her, shielding her from the machine gun fire and the incoming Hind helicopter behind her. Don't forget sword and scabbard, flintlock tucked in the sash, and the musket in one hand. So there you go. That's going to be our 5th page right there. And I like this one because this is when you first see him. He's jumping out of the helicopter door, which is right here. You see they've folded space. That's what this is right here. All this right here. And then they're just going to disappear because they don't want to get hit by this thing because they know it's coming in. They just appeared there so he could hop out, right? And yeah, so that's going to be the 5 pages. And we're going to upload those to the Substack, to DeviantArt, and to Amazon Kindle. All the places that I can think of where is there any other place you can think of, guys, that you'd actually read something digitally? I'm not sure. I think that's about all of them. Vince says, I am actually wondering if you would have to change the number since it corresponds to the real ship and not a fictional ship. No, I can't see a reason why I'd need to change that number. I want it to be the actual dolphin. Okay, how do I put this? Oh, I know how to put it. Okay. I want to show as much realistic military stuff in this as I can. Okay, because I used to be in the military, and I want to, highlight some of the military aspects of the thing here and there. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to have to change anything. It's not like they're copyrighted or anything. I mean, when they draw the Empire State Building, they're not having to pay a royalty to use the image of the Empire State Building. This is a real thing. It really exists, You can look it up on the internet. That's where I found it. You know what I mean? Now, I might get hauled into the White House, I guess, like what happened to Tom Clancy, right? For instance, the Hunt for October. I know what you're getting at, man, but no, I'm not going to get in any trouble for that because it's an actual thing. You can find that on the internet. That's where I found the reference images. I believe. Okay. Yeah, the Tom Clancy thing. And I don't know if you know the story or not, but the first book he wrote was The Hunt for Red October. Okay. And my favorite book he ever wrote. Well, that one or Red Storm Rising. I don't think we'll ever see a movie of Red Storm Rising, but I'll talk about that in a minute. The whole point behind me bringing up Hunt for Red October was that was his first book, right? And he got called. I don't know if you know this about your government, but they read every book that gets printed. Okay. And they go over it, and they have people look for certain things, and they actually debriefed him at the White House. The intelligence agency wanted to know how he knew everything that was in that book. Not necessarily about this phantom submarine that could run silent. What they wanted to know is how he knew so much about our defense network, specifically in the North Atlantic, our SOSUS nets and stuff like that. Because and this is the thing about a Tom Clancy book. Everything you read about, he heavily researches everything that's in them. That's what makes them so great. They're based in reality. And they wanted to know how he knew all that stuff. And he told them, he said, look, they're all public records. And he showed them where he looked all this stuff up at. He just did the research to make it look realistic. And that's why that story is so great, man. It really is really good. And that's one of the things I want to do with the Privateer, guys, is to, how do I say this? I want to not only do an adventure story through a comic book form, but I also want to teach some history as well. Like when you see how the Privateer ends up becoming a sailor, becoming a pirate on the seas in the Atlantic. When you see that, you're seeing something that actually happened. For instance, the town he's from, It's a place called Marquise, Maine. I did a lot of research on this stuff, man. That was the actual place where the first naval battle of the American Revolution took place. The story goes that at that point they were, I mean, in the story, you'll see in the story that the privateer's father is basically taken prisoner and put in the Royal Navy, because that's what they used to do. They sent out what they called press gangs, naval press gangs, and basically it was just gangs of guys with some sticks and a bag would just, beat fighting capable men senseless, put a bag over their head, drag them off to be in the Navy. They basically enslaved them, and they did it in the colonies a lot because, they didn't want to do that in Great Britain, but the colonies, it's a whole world away back then. Nobody knew what was going on there except for the colonists, right? Well, Marquise, Maine, they were getting tired of whenever the supply boats would come in, they'd make the townsfolk guard the boat while they just kicked back and relaxed, right? And they got a little fed up with this. And the day that this happened, when the boat was leaving after another resupply, a bunch of guys got on small boats using pitchforks, a few muskets, but not many. Not many of them were armed, but they had, farming implements, and they were using planks of wood for armor. And they went out after that boat when it was leaving port and took it from British sailors. And that was the first naval battle of the American Revolution. Happened in Marquise, Maine. Vince says, in 2 months exactly is the anniversary of Tom Clancy's death. 1st of October, 2013. Really? I didn't know he was dead. Wow. Of course, I wasn't covering pop culture back in 2013. I was a little busy. I was a little busy trying not to get burnt. I was a furnace tech at that time. But huge fan of Tom Clancy and his work. I think the guy's awesome. But anyway, that's what I want to do with the book. Because, I mean, I don't know. I just want to be able to show some of the better aspects of our military. You know who a guy that does that a lot with his movies is Michael Bay. I really dig Michael Bay. You say what you want about his movies, but like the Transformers movies, he's always got the military working with the Transformers. And it's because he digs the military. He thinks it's cool as shit, I don't know if you've seen his movie 13 Hours, but man, I was angry as shit after watching that movie. You find out what went down in that whole story. Woo. Yeah. But anyway, I want to show some of the military aspects. I also want to teach some history too. Like, Marquise, Maine being the first place of the first naval battle and things like that. So I'm looking forward to bringing this to you guys, man. If I hit the lottery, I'll work on this 24/7. You'll get it quicker, but for right now, I just have to keep working and slugging along and getting it done. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, getting back to this, we're going to take those pages and put them up on the Subscribe Star. And let me show you that real quick. On the Subscribe Star, you've got the written word. You can see it for $1, and all the artwork like that right there, the initial character sketches and stuff, you can see all that for $5. And these, like, for instance, okay, let me pull that back up and highlight a few of these real quick. Hang on. Okay, so sorry guys, I'm having to click through a bunch of stuff here. So for instance, there's the first page right there, right? That's what it looked like when I sketched it, and then this is what it looks like now that I've inked it. Now the next thing is going to be colors, right? And then we got to put script on it and all that good stuff. I just figured you'd get a kick out of looking at it and seeing what each page looks like on its own, right? That's what that one looked like when I sketched it out, and I did it in pencil. Now, most artists, what they'll do is they'll use blue pencil, you know, but that's when they're working right there on the medium. Say if they were using the comic book boards like I'm using, they'd usually use a blue pencil and then ink it with real ink. Digitally, they'll do the same thing. They'll pencil it with blue pencil on the pad, and then they'll use black to go over it. You can see Gabriel El-Talib does this all the time. You watch his channel, Big Man Comics. Go watch his channel. You'll see it, and you'll see all of them do that. Shane Davis, EVS, all these guys that draw and on their McKinney Draws. That's another one. That's how they do it. You know. Let's see. Das Wolfen says, "Sorry, I was off doing work." Hey, man, you got to work, dude. Let's see. He says, "Thanks to Mission Creep, the second book that is the top stretch goal has been renamed from Iron Codex 2, The Gods of Metal, to Iron Codex 2, The Lore of the Riff. It now has lots of other stuff." Very cool, man. Very cool. Let's see. Keely Chow is here. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, Gabe. If you're not following Gabe, go check him out. I asked my wife for one of his books for my birthday. I think I'm getting it. I'm not sure. But it's one of those things where it says crowdfunding, but I checked with him and he said, you put your money in, you get it, you know, that kind of thing. But anyway, LFTB raid? What is LFTB? I don't know. But thanks for the raid, whoever you guys are. Appreciate it. Yeah. Hail Gabe El-Talib. Hail Comics Gate. Yeah. Look, I watch them all. And right now there's a rift going on between Rippaverse and Comicsgate and blah, blah, blah. I don't pay attention to any of that shit. These guys are all talented, and I dig all their work. Okay, let's continue with this real quick. That's the third page. That's what it looked like when I first sketched it. And then you've got what the third page ended up looking like after being digitally done up with the ink. And the only reason why I don't ink it right on the paper is because I'm scared to death of messing that up. That's why I'm doing it digitally. That's why I'm doing it that way. And then you've got the next one with the deck getting blown up, and that's what it looked like when I sketched it. But if you watch me do this stuff, this doesn't always translate to this, because, you know, if you take a good look at this, yeah, it looks the same, but all the figures are smaller on here. They really are. The only one that didn't change was this guy right here, because he was coming towards the foreground anyway, so I kept him big. But these two back here I made smaller because the deck of the boat needed to look a lot bigger. But anyway, let's see. Is Juliet gone? Oh, they're saying hi to each other. That's right. Hail Rippaverse. You know it. Live from the bunker raid. Okay, cool. I like it, man. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Let's see. Speaking of messy art, a messy bed has sold for $4 million. A messy bed? I'm scared to death to ask what that is. So I'm just going to go back over here. Let's see. What's the last one? Oh, yeah. My favorite one where he's jumping out. Yeah. This one, it looks a lot like what my original concept was, because yeah, I just dig I dig the way he looks jumping out of there with the hair flowing in the back and all that good stuff. So, you know, that looks a lot like what I first envisioned. The hat to me sets it off. If you look at all the artwork I've drawn, you can tell where the privateer is from a mile away by that tricorn hat, right? This is going to be the next page that's going up. This is all the bullets coming in and him standing between her and him, and the bullets. And this shield that's around him, you see the line that's all the way around him. Hang on, let me blow it up a little bit. Let me see if I can blow it up. Not sure if I can. No, I can't. Or maybe it's with this thing. Oh, I know how to do it. You download it. Forgot about that. Yeah, you download it to make it bigger. You see right here, you see the line around him. This is a kinetic shield, kind of like the Black Panther. only, you know, things don't ricochet off of them. It's almost like a gel layer. It sucks all the energy out of those bullets and just drops them to the ground. That's what it does, right? He doesn't want people getting hurt by the ricochet, right? So, let's see. Das Wolfen says they can have our bed for $4,000. Laugh out loud. Vince says, you made them smaller now. Not that a certain someone pointed that out a while ago. Yeah, I hear you. Let's see. And he's grinning. Yeah, they were too big, no doubt. Let's see. Killy Chow says, here is a pickup line I should say to women. You and I can make great art together in bed. Wow. You go, man. You go, Keely Chow. You go. Keely Chow's got a one-track mind if you haven't figured it out, guys. Let's see. For Messy's bed, I could understand, but a random one? Question mark? Yeah. But anyway, this is the one I'm going to next. But you can always tell where the privateer's at. He's got that tri-cornered hat, man. That's like his signature, man. It's almost like a cowboy hat for a cowboy, you know? Let's see. Good. I've got all the plotted pages up from that issue and the written plot for it on this. But as you can see, you can always tell where he's at by that tricorn hat, man. One of my favorite ones that I'm going to be doing here pretty soon is page 7. Page 7 is really cool, guys. This is where you see that that eye patch, he sees better out of that than he does his own eye. This is where after he saves the girl, the captain confronts him, and he looks at him and says, "Hey, Captain, I'm not your enemy. They are." And you see he activates his light and his eye patch, and he shoots the rotor and both the helmets of the guys in the helicopter. And you see him right down here with the tri-cornered hat. And while he's doing that, the captain is unloading his fucking service pistol on his back, you know, not knowing who this guy is. And yeah, that's going to be one of my favorite ones to do right there, because you're going to see this is a digital hash mark, right? That the eye patch and that gun work together, and he doesn't miss. He doesn't miss with them. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm looking forward to drawing that one. I'm looking forward to finish this whole thing for you. I mean, I think it's going to be fun as hell for you guys. I really want to get your feedback on the book and see what you think of it and everything. But I definitely have definite silhouettes for every one of these characters. And you'd be able to tell them right away whenever I draw them up. But anyway, that's it for today, it looks like, guys. Let's go ahead and, since I'm here, let me go ahead and push my stuff real fast. Of course, if you want to get some of your own custom artwork done by me, I do pencil sketch portraits. You can come right here to JoesAtmosfere.com, and you can click the bottom little box down there and send me an email, and I'll be glad to do up. I ship anywhere. I've shipped to Canada, you know. I figured into the price of what I'm doing for you. So if you ever want to get something done, just get a hold of me right here at JoesAtmosfere.com. You're going to find some of my history on here and my streaming schedule and some other things, but you'll always be able to find that pencil sketch portraits and stuff. Just click on that and you can go down, send me an email, or use that little box right there. That also sends me an email. So you guys go by JoesAtmosfere.com and come check it out sometime. And then, of course, I've been showing you the subscribe star. You guys know where that's at. I'm Joe's Atmosphere everywhere, guys. YouTube, Rumble, X, Twitch, and Kick. I'm on all those platforms, and Facebook. And on Facebook, if you search for The Privateer, okay, you will find The Privateer. He's a fictional character, and you will find him there, and you will be able to, if you look at the featured stuff, you'll be able to see a bunch of stuff, bunch of images from DC Universe Online on there, and you click on that one of the Privateer and you can read his origin story right there. It's right there with the picture. And so anytime you want to check that out, that's probably the oldest place I do stories at. You can see some of the first stories I wrote about him right there on that Facebook page. That's from way back in the day. But anyway, let me let you guys know what's going on with the channel this week coming up. Of course, you know you're watching Sketching the Privateer. We do this every Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time for about an hour before I go to work. So you guys come see us again. Love doing this stuff. This is why I do this show, is to document the book. That way it's kind of a retro copyright. And the other thing about it is I just love your input, man. Vince has helped me out a lot with this comic book so far. You know, it's just little things here and there. I'll have questions for the audience, see what you think about certain things. And it really works out well. I enjoy doing it for you. I hope you enjoy watching. Next up, we want you to head over to Pop Culture Mindfield's channel and watch our good friend Das Wolfen, who's in the chat today. He does a gaming show tonight where he's doing Fallout, Tale of Two Wastelands, all the DLCs to go with it, and he has made it to New Vegas, and he's in the middle of getting through that with a all melee loadout, hacking people up like crazy, so and robots and stuff. So you guys go check it out tonight on Pop Culture Mindfield's channel at 8 p.m. Central Time. And then the next time you'll see us is Sunday morning. Guess what, boys and girls? The San Diego Chargers beat the hell out of the Detroit Lions last night in the Hall of Fame game. We're going to have a report on that. Trey Lance looked really good last night. So you guys look forward to seeing that. And we'll talk about the offseason, too, all the different places. Probably the most significant one to me is Aaron Rodgers being in Pittsburgh. It's going to be very interesting to see if he's got anything left in the tank, because that is a team that is only being handcuffed at the quarterback position. If he can do anything to help them, they could be a major factor in the AFC this year. But as always, you got to wait until the real shots are being fired to find out. Anyway, we're going to talk all about it at 10 a.m. Central Time this Sunday morning, the first edition of NFL Pregame Party this Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. Then, of course, the Brothers Hack the Matrix. We do that every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Central Time. Everything you need to know about the clown show that is 2025 through today's headlines. The Brothers Hack the Matrix every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central. And then, of course, Monday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time, it's time for another drink and draw with Gary as I work on the Privateer. And Gary talks about a military movie. I don't know what it's going to be this week, but if you missed Red Dawn last week, definitely go check that one out. It was a good show. And then after that, at 4 p.m. Central Time on Monday, It's Only Talking Roll comes your way. And this week, it's going to be a rebroadcast of the Ray Harryhausen Sinbad movies show. He had to re-edit it, and he's doing a replay of it. He's actually over in Scotland this for the next couple of weeks, over there with family and visiting and stuff. So you guys come check it out. 4 p.m. Central Time this Monday. Then he'll be off for a week, and then he'll be back. So just look for his show every Monday at 4 p.m. Central Time on That 70s Rock Band's channel. And then, of course, I will be with you on Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Central Time for part 16 of my playthrough of Mass Effect 2. I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish this. I think Martin has me doing every side story to make me play this forever. But Papa Joe Gamer After Dark will be on at 6:30 p.m. Central Time on Monday night, so we can watch some me mess up Mass Effect 2 part 16 with some video games, cocktails, and fails. And then on Wednesday, it's another drink and draw over on Pop Culture Mindfield's channel with Gary. Don't know what the movie's going to be this Wednesday. If you missed the show on Witness, you missed a good one. We had a good time. And we do a movie. I work on my comic books and all that good stuff on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Central Time, right before I go on at 5:30 p.m. Central Time with me and Das Wolfen and Knock and Jed when he's not too busy. Come come on over and check out State of the Atmosphere. It's all about the pop culture update, movies, shows, games. You know, we've been reporting about Sydney Sweeney forever, and we talked about the American Eagle deal for a couple of weeks now, and now everybody's talking about it. That's right. You heard it here first, boys and girls. If you want to get your pop culture stuff and get it first, get it from us every Wednesday. State of the Atmosphere. I'm just kidding. Sometimes we're not going to, we're going to be late on something. But you guys come check it out. My favorite show of the week where me and my boys get geek and we talk some pop culture stuff every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. And that brings us right back around to Sketching the Privateer. So for myself and Vince, the hardest working guy in the business, I do want to say thank you for being here. Let's see what's up in the chat real quick. Everybody's saying bye to each other. That's right, Keely Chow. Football is here, baby. Yes, it is. And we're going to talk about it this Sunday. But the Spanos, Gary of Beekler of Nerdrotic says, yeah, no doubt. Hey, man, San Diego, look, there's certain teams that shouldn't be able to move. Cleveland should have never been able to move to Baltimore. They should have never been able to move San Diego. You know what I'm saying? If you've got a diehard, I think they should put it in the NFL bylaw that if you've got a rabid fan base and they come to your games no matter what, you shouldn't be able to move the team. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. Hand egg. Look at it. Let's see. I feel bad for Sheep. He's talking about that 70s rock fan going back to Scotland this week. Ass Effect. Yes, baby. We know what we call that. Keely Chow. That's right. He's going to be back to feeding the ducks. And totally molesting the sheep. No. Yeah. Oh, my God, you guys. All right. Vince says, cheerio, guys and gals. Stay nerdy and have yourself a great, a wonderful weekend. He said, wonderful weekend. And you know what I'm going to tell you? I want you guys to be good to each other, stay safe, and until we see each other again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.